so that's helpful. But one of the factors is repeated. So we have x plus 1, x minus 3, and x minus 3 squared as the three factors. Yeah? Okay, so let me write that down. Once it opens, here we go. Open. There we go. Right, so first we'll have 14 minus 2x over x plus 1, x minus 3 squared equals a over x plus 1 plus b over x minus 3 plus, and here we have x minus 3 squared. And you have a choice here for the top. We can go with c or cx. What did people go with? Yeah, c. So when we multiply, we should end up with this. A x minus 3 squared plus b x plus 1 x minus 3 plus c x plus 1. So first we'll say let x equal minus 1, so that would be minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4, squared is that right? Minus 4 squared is 16, and this here will be 16, so a is 1. Let x equal, what will we do next? 3, isn't it? So that will go, that will be 4c equals 8. So c is 2? Yes. Yeah. C is 2. And then finally, let x equal 0. So we'll get, I'll have to write that down. 14 equals 9a minus 3b plus c. So that's 9, 10, 11. B is minus 1? Great. So we have our a, our b, and our c now. So now we need to integrate a over x plus 1 plus b over x minus 3 plus c. Now the first two are nice because they're in the formula book. So here we get log x plus 1 minus log x minus 3. But here we need a substitution. I'll say u equals x minus 3. So that means du dx equals 1. So that means du equals dx. So this now becomes 2 du over u squared. Or I think it's much easier to write it as plus 2 u minus 2 du. That's much better. And we can use our rules of logs to put these together. So when you have log a minus log b, what do you get? Log
x plus 1 over
a over b. Yeah, x plus 1 over x minus 3. And what do we get here when we integrate?
minus
2u power
minus 1
minus 1 over minus 1. Increase the power, divide by the new power. So again, I won't leave it like this. I'll change it into minus 2 over u. The minus 1 is over u. And we know what the u is. It's x minus 3. So we're finished with log x plus 1 over x minus 3 minus 2 over u, which is x minus 3 plus c. Now, there was another way to do this. We could have, you remember we said we could have had cx here. Yeah, which means there would have been an x here. Which would have made the question a little bit longer and more difficult to do, because the reason this is so nice is because there's nothing on the top. It's empty. You see that? But if I left the x here, then there'll be an x here, there'll be one here, and then the problem is here we'll have to replace x with u plus 3. So you can see that it gets longer and more difficult to have the x in it. So I think when we looked at the marking scheme, they didn't put in the x for these types, so we can leave the answer like this. And do they give us any limits? No. So this would have been 8% of the exam in that year. I think this was maybe 2 years ago. This one here. Yeah?
For 8%, you have to...
No, this getting to here, and I've got the 8%. Yeah.
And to get full marks, you have the answer, they're working on it.
Yeah. Yeah, in other words, what I wrote would get me the 8 marks.
And do you have to simplify it a bit?
No, I guess you could leave it like this, because the question says there's no need to simplify your answer. But all I did was put these two together into this one. So, but no, I could have left them separated, I'd still get the 8 marks. Yeah? Okay, so now you can see the next one is for 9 marks. Although it looks bigger, all they did was break the question down into steps for you. So you can see, what do you have to do in part 1?
Long division.
You could do long division, yeah. And then in part 2, what do they want? The B and the C. And then in part 3, they want you to integrate. Okay, try this one and then I'll do it in a couple of minutes. Finished? Yeah. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so how did you get the A first? Was it long division? Did you get 7? Yeah. You can do it quickly in your head. Watch. You know that, I'll put it in red here. You know that these two must add together to make this. Now, when you add these together, you multiply these all over 1 times this. So on the bottom you'll get x squared minus x minus 2. And on the top you get the cross. How do you make the cubic part? The cubic part comes from when the ax multiplies the x and the x, and you're left with ax cubed plus other stuff. I don't care about the other stuff because I can compare. If I have ax cubed and here I have 7x cubed, the a must be 7. Now that's fine. You don't have to do it that way. A lot of students do the long division. They divide, and I think when you divide, you, what was it here? Plus 1, was it? Plus 1. I think when people divided, they ended up with a 7 on the top. Yeah, and the remainder was x squared minus x minus 2, was it? Or no?
7x.
The remainder was 7x. Oh, of course, yeah, yeah. So the remainder was 7x, so then the a is 7 then. Yeah?
No. The top one is 7x.
The top is 7x, and the remainder?
3x.
3x. Yeah.
What's your,
Will I do the long division? It's causing some confusion.
The top is 7x.
This is what you did, yeah? So what's first? 7. X. So here you have 7x cubed minus 7x squared minus 14x. Yeah. So when you take away, you have 3x. Yeah. So we have 7x cubed minus 7x squared minus 11x equals 7x times x squared minus x minus 2 plus 3x. Yeah? And then what do I do next? I divide by x squared minus x minus 2, x squared minus x minus 2, x squared minus x minus 2. So this is the question. What happens here? They cancel. So 7x plus 3x over, this has factors, x minus 2, x plus 1. So again, you can see that the a is 7. I think most people did it this way, wasn't it? Yeah? Okay, so now on to getting the b and the c. Okay, can I scroll down? So we have 3x over x minus 2, x plus 1 equals a over x minus 2 plus b over x plus 1. That's all fine. 3x equals a x plus 1 plus b x minus 2. So I'll start off with x equals 2, and that means a equals 1. Yes? Oh, fine. B and C. You know what I mean, though. B and C. So B is 1. Now I make x equal to minus 1, and that means C equals minus 1. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No?
The b is not 1.
Oh, sorry, hang on. If I put x as 2, oh, sorry, 6, yeah, 2. And c is minus 1? Okay. So now our problem is we want to integrate this ax 7x plus b plus c. Well, that's really nice.
Yes,
Really nice. Because this will be 7x squared over 2 plus 2 log x minus 2 minus log x plus 1. And what are the limits? 3 and 5. So we'll put in 5 first, and we'll get 5 squared is 25. 25 times 7 is 175.
Yes.
Plus 2 log 3 minus log 6 minus, and then 3 squared is 9 times 7 is 63 over 2 plus 2 log 1 minus log 4. Now, what's log 1? 0. What can I do with this 2 here? I can bring it up to the power here. So I'm left with 175 over 2 plus log 9 minus log 6 minus 63 over 2 minus log 4. What can I do with these two?
9 over 6.
Yeah, log 9 over 6 minus 63 over 2 plus log 4. And finally, well, not quite finally, but what can I do with this one and this one if there's a plus here? Multiply them. So we get 175 over 2 minus 63 over 2 plus log 9 times 4 over 6. Okay, let me just do this on the side here. And then divide by 2. Divide by 2 is 56.
Yes.
And then this is a multiply here. I can do it. This is a 3, and this is a 2. It's log 6, is it? Yeah. I was hoping, well, feels wrong. Because the answer had a fraction. What did you get? Well, the good news is we can check this in the exam on our calculator because we can type the integration in. So let's check it. 3 to 5 7x cubed.
Actually, I get 27 over 2.
Okay, well maybe spot my typo then. X squared minus x minus 2. Wait, let's see what I get. So I got 58.6. Yeah, so I made a small mistake somewhere. Has anybody spotted? I have feelings with the logs. 9. Oh, here. Saw it already. When I put in the 5, 5 minus 2?
It's actually
5 minus 2? 3. I wrote...
It's log, not minus.
Oh, sorry, no, look at the wrong one. I put in...
Log x plus 1.
Wait! That's okay. He has a calculator. Wait. If I put in 5, 5 minus 2 is 3. 5 plus 1 is 6. And it's a minus here. That's fine. And then the second one, if I put in 3,
how is minus there?
minus here.
It's plus there.
If you go up, how do you get -1%? I got 1.
Well, somebody told me.
Yeah, I get 1 too.
I got 1.
Who told me -1? Was it you, Albert?
No. Oh, me.
Why are you... I just saw you changing it. No, not me.
I always say B is 2.
Oh, fine.
It's
Fine. It's true. Fine. So this should be +1, yes? Which makes that a plus, 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 which makes that a plus. Okay, so we just need to take it from this line then. 175 over 2 minus 63 over 2, it's still going to be 56.
Yeah.
But the problem is here, when we plus, what do we do? Multiply. So that's log 54 minus log 4. And when we minus, what do we do? Divide. So should be log 54 over 4 instead, which is log 27 over 2. Now I can check if that's right. I should get log 27 over 2. Yeah, it's right then. Now, I felt something was wrong because the question said the answer should be log a fraction, and that's not what I got. So for the exam, I knew I had to go back and check it. But also, you should always check your answer on the calculator because your calculator can integrate.
You can't use the red log.
What's that?
You can't use the red log.
What do you mean? It'll have log in the answer?
No, they don't have log answer.
No, but it'll have a decimal answer. And you can check the decimal value of your answer to see if they match. That's what I did. So like here, when I integrate, I got like 58.2. And when I check this on my calculator, it equals 58.2. So I must have it right. Yeah. So I can still check my answer even though it doesn't give it to me as a log. Okay. So you see, it's tricky. It's tricky. Have we got time to do number 3?
Do it straightforward.
Say again?
Do it straightforward like we. And the board.
I know what else. Yes, John Ray, you have a maths question? Secret maths question because you're whispering to Leon. Yeah, what's your question?
It's just on the law.
Yeah. Yeah, explain it to him. Okay. I'll tell you what. Tomorrow we have a double tutorial. No, a double class. So I think what I'll do, I won't do the next lesson tomorrow. What I'll do is I'll do these 2 questions in the first class, well, the first half of the class, and then for the next class and a half we'll have the tutorial on the laptop, you know, how to do certain graphs and things in Excel. Okay? So if you can please remember to bring your laptop tomorrow. Everybody has Excel, right? Or something like it? Yeah? Does everybody have RStudio? You have it? Yeah. Now, just wait. Just before you go, Excel is really good for all the graphs except for one. Excel does a really bad job of the histogram. I don't know, has anyone tried to make a histogram in Excel? No? So I think what we'll do is I'll use Excel for everything except the histogram. I'll use the RStudio to make the histogram. Okay?
Is it free?
RStudio is free. I think I sent you the link for where to download it. You can check your mail from me. The subject line would be like ICT or something. I did have one ICT lesson with you on this program, didn't I?
Yeah.
And did I show you the histogram in it?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that class.
Right, so can you please install this program? I'll use it tomorrow as well, just very shortly. Okay, well, and don't forget to bring this tomorrow as well. Okay.